largely see the same faces.
Nice.
Please.
Only
But-
lucky people will come. Lucky
Sorry.
people will come.
No, not necessarily. Everything that comes into my mind is success. How many of us in this room feel we are successful? Largely all of us?
Almost. Yeah.
Almost all. Why? Because we know what we have done, what we can do, what we have already done. Still, many of us believe in saying, I owe success to luck. What is this word called luck? As some gentleman said here, we are lucky. No, we are not. Everybody, see, even if a person, in fact, why person? Let me tell you, even if an animal that comes onto this earth, is that animal not lucky?
This year also.
Everybody, he or she, whoever it could be.
To get human life is luck.
Absolute, absolute. To be, getting a life is luck. But being a human is something that we call success. Yes or no?
Yes.
How many of us in this room believe we need to be human?
Need to be.
We need to be human.
Because though we are human, we are not behaving
not.
like human.
Yeah.
We are not
Behaving
exhibiting
like
that signs.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, when you look upon success stories, how many success stories have you seen where a person is not human? Look at any successful person. For a minute, let me ask you, if you look upon various presidents who have come in, APJ Abdul Kalam, I really owe him a tremendous amount of success. From a newspaper seller like our great friend Warren Buffett or many such leaders, why have they reached success? Why? What is one ingredient? Yeah.
They had a fixed goal before that.
They have, yes, and that goal is very focused.
Yeah.
See, today I have a goal with me. I want to become Prime Minister. That's my goal. What do I do to become one? Do I start working at the grassroots level? Do I become a corporator? Do I become a council? Do I become a corporator? Whatever it is. Do I grow up? Do I educate myself? Do I fulfill my visions? We don't. What we do is, we have an abstract goal before us. I want to be successful. How many of us have said this in our young days? I'm talking about young days. We all said it.
We are.
But did we define where the success is? That definition of where my success is that. Like I've heard a lot of people who tell me, I want to be rich. Have you defined yourself? When you say rich, what level of richness you want? Do you want 100 crore? Do you want 1,000 lakh? What is it that you have in your mind? I have asked so many people that if money was the only contention of becoming rich, we would never have any poor in our society. Today we have poor in our society not because they are financially not stable. It's because they have not worked their way up. I asked a gentleman who was a trustee of a trust, I said, why do you give money? So he said, that's our trust objective. I said, in giving money, you have two kinds of people coming to you. One is needy, second is deserving. If he is needy but is not deserving, your money, does it attract the right contents?
No.
He is deserving but he is not needy. Still, does it serve the right purpose? I said, have you tried? He said, who's going to take that exercise of identifying who is needy and who is deserving? I said, you. It's because the trust has got money coming to them from the richness of the other people. You people are distributing it as no purpose, and the objective have to be aligned. For example, if I want to grow a plant, a tree, can I get a huge tree and put it somewhere? Will it stay? I need to make it grow. I need to have what do you call the plantation. I need to water it. I need to give it the right kind of manure, and I need to see that I have time with me to allow it to grow. As we grow our children, we nurture them. So I asked myself, I said, what are the ingredients that I need to do to get myself successful? I never defined the level of success. So the first thing that came into my mind was, being a graduate alone, is it a good qualification?
It was then, many years ago.
No, it wasn't then also.
Yeah.
Sir, in 67 when I joined bank, until 72 I was there with them, until 80 I was there with them. I realized one thing, that when I looked upon those days MNC companies like Glaxo's, Metalbox, etc., the peons were also graduates. So the basic thing was, why is there an additional qualification like postgraduate? They're in the market. And let me tell you, then those days, people were not buyers for those courses. We never had postgraduates, MBAs, etc. those days. Because people never realized the value of knowledge then. So we got into this thing. I asked myself, I said, then, fortunately, I had a friend of mine who was elder to me, like a mentor to me. He says, he asked me a question. He says, Faredoon, if you happen to walk a street, and in that street you will find at least minimum 30 MBBS general practitioners. I said, yes. Will you find one good consultant over there who is a specialist? I said, I don't. I'm not able to understand you. Why are you narrating this example to me? He says, on the pathway that you are going to become an MBA, you will find so many general practitioners with you, but you will find only one or two who are surgeons, who are specialists. He says, your job is not to become an MBA, your job is to become an MBA with specialization. Are you willing to do that? I said, it's a wonderful thought. Let me explore the possibilities. Let's not get into the rush. So those days, there were two areas which were very special areas. In our days, we never had IT as a specialization because hardly anyone knew about, there were no computers. We were all so manually driven that everything used to exist on paper and pen. So we said, okay, fine, let's explore the thing of marketing and management. So I got myself specialization in those two areas. As I was saying, it does not come so easily to you. It comes when you put in your efforts. So the attitude that we are talking about today is, what is my attitude towards progress? Is my attitude towards growth? Is my attitude towards me being myself? Is my attitude towards making the world grow with me? How many of us in our professional lives have come across people who were senior to us who did not want us to grow? Why? They had insecurity. They had insecurity, or they felt there is no second person who is as competent as me, and they were so poor in delegating work. And when we asked them, why are you not willing to delegate? अरे वो बराबर नहीं करेगा. अरे वो बराबर नहीं करेगा, उसका मतलब क्या है? Is it that you have not trained him? How many, for example, let me ask you, if our industrialists had not developed the children to take over, we would have had the case of a Siddharth Malia and Vijay Malia. Yes or no?
Yeah.
But look at the grooming of so many people. Kumar Mangal Bila, how is he groomed up? He proved to be much better than what his forefathers were. Though forefathers were the pioneers of business, how Ambanis have brought a turnaround. I want to talk to you people about only one thing. What is my attitude? Where does this attitude come from? I want to ask you one question. Where does it come from?
Comes from inside.
A thought.
That thought, yeah.
Just a mere thought. Let's say, for example, if I tell people I want to do something good, that's a thought. Now comes the second question. What is the good I want to do? How do I want to do? Who are the people who are going to benefit out of it? How do I spread this? How do I take it to the second line? How do I do this? All these are what? The chains that get reflected to only one word. I want to do good. And as these gentlemen said, you must have a focused goal. I want to do good, my juniors will do it. Can it happen? If I don't give you the direction, for example, if you are new in Bombay and you are sitting here and you ask me, where is Bombay Central? Well, and if I tell you the right direction, that's fine. What if I tell you that you have to go to Colaba? From Colaba you come to Crawford Market, from Crawford Market you come to Muhammad Ali Road, from Muhammad Ali Road you go to Baikala, and from Baikala you come to Bombay Central. Am I showing you the right road? The most important attitude is, are we willing to contribute? How many of us today contribute to a cause? All of us. How many of us define whether that cause is good or bad? Very few. Just across here, this road, Ganga Jamuna, there is a small store. And one day I was standing there and I asked that gentleman, give me a packet of biscuit. This beggar boy wants it. So that man looked at me. It's his business. To sell biscuits is his business. I was willing to give him money. He says, sir, एक गुजारिश है आपसे। मैं बोला बोलो क्या? आप इनको बिस्किट दोगे ना, पैकेट खोल देना और दो टुकड़े करके उनको देना। I felt a little embarrassed. I said, it doesn't sound nice, right? Taking a packet, breaking it and giving them pieces, does it look? Then I asked him, I said, see, if that man is telling me something, it's words of wisdom. He says, अगर आप उनको पूरा पैकेट दे दो, इनका माँ और बाप यहाँ पे आके मेरे को वापस दे देंगे 2 रुपया कम करके और रुपया लेंगे और वो रुपया शराब और जुए में यूज हो। आपका पैसा शराब और जुए के लिए। What did he show me? He showed me a direction. Same is happening. People standing on the road showing you prescriptions. My mother is sick, I need medicines. Or medicines, sealed packed medicines are again recycled into the shop at lesser price and monies are utilized wrongly. Is that the good we are doing? Our money is hard earned money. Have we got it the right way? Yes. Have we got it the wrong way? No. In spite of that, why do we allow our money to go to established business which has come to them from the legacy? And there are very small segment of people who have reached the pinnacle of being successful in some field or the other. Look at legal. If you look at a few people who are respected in the court, are just few. If you see on a table, there will be about 30 lawyers sitting. Only 1 or 2 of them may be respected by the judge. Why? Why?
He knows the job.
They believe in doing the job. They know it. They do hard work on it. They know everything. And they also believe in one thing. They do not do it to kill someone else. They do it because they know they have to give justice to both the law and the client. Both. So they do not believe in seeing that if a person who has filed the complaint or person who is defending is at crucifixion stage. Sports field. It took, how is it that Sachin Tendulkar stood his grounds for 25 years or 24 years to be precise.
Except cricket in nothing.
Attitude.
Attitude.
He, in spite of the fact we all know that Vinod Kambli was a better player. Same guru of Vinod Kambli, same guru of Sachin Tendulkar. But why Sachin Tendulkar reached much beyond? It's only because he never believed I am great. He always believed there is something new to learn. And every technique, in fact the reverse scoop that came in, which today has become the international players' strategy or tactics, is something which he oriented in. So what I'm trying to tell you is that why do we limit ourselves to become mediocres? Why can't we get specialization in our field? I want to show you something which is very clear and close to my heart. These are true feats which are performed by human. Name with that. This film showed you people have shown their practices and performances. But remember, behind every practice there is something which we call willingness. That willingness is an offshoot of attitude. If you don't have that attitude, willing to improve and keep on improving, do you think we can achieve it? Classic case of attitude is Yuvraj Singh. How many of us get scared when we are told you are suffering from cancer? He fought that. He came back. As I agree that after such a illness, getting back into the form is difficult. But he did it. He's come back, he's shown some good skills, and I'm sure he will become a better player. But what was that? His willingness to fight a cancer and come back and be selected in the team. Getting reselected in the team is itself a very Herculean task. And the other day I was listening to the early to the commentary, Dr. Narottam Puri saying, he says, why should Yuvraj not be given a chance? Is failure only the reason for disqualifying him? He was very strong. And he says if failure was only the reason for disqualifying, then there would be several people who are players of today who have actually won man of the match award would also get themselves disqualified. But look at this man. From what agony he has gone through, being out of the game for so many years, coming back, proving his fitness and getting back into the team needs to be recognized. He said that name itself, Yuvraj, that name itself talks of strength against Rahane. Though last time they selected Rahane, what did he do? I'm not saying Rahane should not be given a chance. He should be given a chance. Youngsters should be brought in. But when you decided to displace him and take another person, did he prove his mettle? He had a good opportunity, let me tell you. He had a good opportunity, but his temperament failed him. He did not stick to his guns of playing the ball the correct way, and he gave a catch and went off the field. So what I'm saying is that willingness, the temperament and the attitude is very important. A famous person that comes into my mind is gentleman Abe Lincoln. He went through a series of mishaps from the age of 23 till the age of 53. He lost legislative battles, he lost business, he lost jobs, he lost his beloved, he lost his wife, he lost almost everything on this earth. But at 53, did he become successful president of America? Why was he successful? What was one reason that made him successful?
Goal setting.
Apart from goal setting, he had seen the world. He saw failures, and every failure became a learning step for him of improvisation. Yes, sir.
I just wanted to say he was not deterred by the.
Absolutely. His spirits remained strong. He believed it's not today, it's tomorrow. He never believed, if I could not do it yesterday, how can I do it today? Like today I was saying, watching Mahabharata in the morning, and the Kauravas tell that Pandavas, if we 100 could not break the Chakravyuh, tum 5 kya karoge? That 5 had the strategy, they had the strength, they had the togetherness, the team spirit they had. And that is why they were able to break the Chakravyuh of Draupad, and they managed to bring him to his feet. So what I'm trying to communicate is that that's quality of quantity that you have. It's the quality of yourself that you have by which you can bring the best out of a person. If you happen to be a manager of a zonal office and you're given a secretary who comes to you and says, "Sir, please take the telephone, now someone is on the line." What will you do? What will you do? Ask him.
I would pick it up.
Sorry?
I would pick it up.
Yes. Why would you pick it up?
I will also pick it up.
Okay. Why? What is the ingredient of picking up? It's her job.
No, but she must be having some problem. So that's why.
Absolutely. What we managers many a times do, we only look at the job that you are supposed to perform. So this happened with me. She came to me, I said, Krishna Veni was her name. You know, she had a complex. Her father was a steward in Ashoka Hotel in Delhi. And she had never seen a culture, a corporate culture. And she would get scared. How do I address the person? I said, Krishna, when you do one thing, I'm addressing the phone, you sit here. And listen what I'm saying. And everything that I talk to her, you may not hear her side of the story. Because those days we never had speaker phones. Otherwise I would have put it on speaker phone and made her understand that what she's saying and how I'm addressing. Then I told her, I said, Krishna, what stops you from growing? She said, I've never interacted with people. I said, you start interacting with us. Start talking to us. Start reading newspapers. Just make call to your friends and talk to them and start a conversation. She started doing it. I was in the business of promoting credit cards in Delhi. Now you know, anything that you give to a Delhiite on credit is high risk, right? It's very high risk. So, and just imagine if a lady like Krishna Veni has to go out to sell credit cards. Will she be able to identify the good or the bad? And if she happens to find the good, will she be able to identify what is the bad of the good? But still, she used to work from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the complex. We were at Bikaji Kama place, so it was a complex. So she used to work with another co-colleague of hers, and trust me, in a month she would get me at least close to about 20 to 25 new applicants. A girl who would not be willing to pick up a phone, which is a job profile. and address and answer the phone was a better salesperson than my salespeople. Why?
Because you motivated her.
Grooming. No.
You
See,
groom.
motivate, I can motivate anyone.
You inspire her.
I made her realize that there is no limitations. If you want to do it, there's nothing that can stop you from doing it. Only you can become a barrier of your own self. You are the limitation. It's not anybody else. It's like I have had people who go to the sales on the field. They see a shop and they say, "अरे बाप रे, ये shop में कैसे जाएगा यार? बहुत महंगा होगा." Yes or no?
Yes.
That's a fear. In 82, Oberoi's had a serious problem in the shopping center. They were not getting the crowd that they wanted. Because people believed if I have to shop at Oberoi, I'm going to pay 3 times the price. A belief. True or false, nobody identified. Assumption. And people believed and they went by the assumption. Even if they had to go to Kolaba, they would go to Kolaba, but they wouldn't go to Oberoi shopping mall. So these people who had invested money over there were serious. So the GM had a casual discussion with me. I said, can you get me 7 or 8 shops who are willing to give gifts of 100 rupees to what do you call the advertisements that people cut and come with. So they decided amongst them and they said, okay, fine. Each one of them got together, about 8 of them were there. So they said, okay, we don't mind deciding to give about 500, 600 rupees worth of gifts to people who come with the advertisement. So we created an advertisement which said that cut this advertisement and visit us at the Oberoi shopping mall. No obligations. All you need to do is to go to these 8 shops, present the press release and take a gift. What happened? You are confident now to get into the Oberoi because you are going to get something free of cost. Yes or no?
Yeah.
But what happened in the process? As soon as you get in, now because you are already there, you start inquiring and you realize that something which is worth 55 rupees in Kolaba is available at 45 here. Where will you go? So the whole block that is there in the mind of the people that I cannot be successful has to be neutralized, has to be broken away. And people who have done it, let me show you. First, let me show you this. The wonderful slide. It's on Abe Lincoln, which I talked about. What happened first thing that to him?
Nasty job.
He lost his job. Wonderful. Second thing, he was defeated at the legislature level. Then he thought, "Chalo, I can't do anything, let me start business." And what happened? Poor fellow. His wife died of a disease, a fatal disease, which probably he could not nurse because of his financial problem. Because of which probably he got a nervous breakdown. Then he decided, I'm back in strength, let me contest the speaker's post for the legislature. And he tried his nomination for the political party, but again lost. He applied for the post of a land officer and could not get it. He contested for the Senate and lost. He contested for the vice president post and lost. Again contested for Senate and lost. And what happened 2 years later? He got elected. See, it is many a times the failures in your life that's going to teach you the story of success. I was sitting on Marine Drive and there was a couple who was passing by in the afternoon. They had a small bit of words exchange and there was a tiff going on and hot and cold winds were blowing. And I saw a beggar boy running behind them. It became a curiosity for me. I said, as a behavioral scientist, now let me see what this beggar boy does. What is the objective of the beggar boy? Get money. Only objective. There was no running in the sun or beating around. He knew his target audience. So he went behind them. Now tell me, whom will he go approach? The boy or the girl? What would your thought say? It would be the boy or the girl?
Good.
Girl, right?
Softer.
Oh. Ma'am, would you give him a rupee? No. No, she says no. She's not soft. Huh? You're hard. Even I thought. I also admired girls, so I said, okay, fine. He must have gone to the girl. But no, he didn't. He went to the boy. So that woke me up over there. He said, what the bloody hell he's doing? He's making a grave mistake. But he was successful. So he comes back and he's coming back confidently. So I was curious to know because something that defeated my thoughts was he would approach the girl, but he approached the boy. So I said, let me find out why. So I called him. I said, come here. I'm going to give you 5 rupees. That boy had given him 2 rupees. So I said, I'll give you 5 rupees. Tell me, why did you approach the boy? So he laughed at me. He says, क्या बेवकूफ आदमी है यार, तुमको समझ में नहीं आता है क्या? मैं बोला नहीं साहब, उसको एक परेशानी तो थी, अगर उसके पीछे दूसरी परेशानी लग जाएगी तो किसको निकालेगा, उसको कि मेरे को? तो मैं बोला ये बात सही है. There was one, and which is the easier परेशानी? This boy. So he gave him 2 rupees and he went. Then see the smartness of this boy. He says, साहब 5 रुपये और देगा? मैं बोला क्यों, किस खुशी में? इसके आगे की कहानी सुनाता हूँ. मैं बोला ये बड़ा तेज आदमी है. बोला ठीक है, ले बेटा 5 रुपये और ले. बोलता साहब उसकी परेशानी बढ़ गई. वो लड़की ने मालूम क्या बोला? मैंने मक्के पुट्ठा बोला तो पैसा नहीं था और अभी मेरे को दिखाने के लिए उसको 2 रुपया दिया. तुम क्या समझ रहे हो कि I'll get impressed? He said giving the money was a bigger problem. Now tell me, why did this boy who never learned the art, was he taught? Was he taught psychology? Why did he apply his mind and he knew? What was that one thing which made him drive towards the boy? Observation. He knew his target audience very well. He knew whom he should approach. He says, भाड़ में जाए, बाद में अगर उनको हाथों हाथी हो जाए, झगड़ा हो जाए, कुछ भी हो जाए. लेकिन how did he manage to get 10 rupees out of me? Why did he ask for a second 5 rupee note only? Why not 10? Because I was a bloody fool to have told him कि मैं आपको 5 रुपया देता हूँ, मेरे को बताओ. तो इसे दूसरा 5 रुपया भी दे, आगे की कहानी. Is it not that he has learned the hard way? This man also. Look at this 11 points. Do you think by this time he would have, someone would have broken down? He would have said, hell with it, yeah, मुझे president नहीं बनना है. Give up. And 90%, or in fact I can go to the extent of saying 99% of the time we give up when we are just able to achieve it. So this is one story. I'm so used to the mouse. Then comes a very wonderful gentleman called Michael Jordan. He's got an excellent quote to talk about. See, all these people have not become great because they have initiated practice. The biggest thing that they did was they employed the logic also. Michael Jordan is one of the world-renowned, what you call, volleyball player. Basketball, sorry. What he says is, I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. That's pretty huge. I have lost almost 300 games. On 26 occasions, I have been entrusted to take the game winning shot and I missed. I have failed over and over and over again in my life. And that's precisely why I succeed. Every time that he has failed, he has analyzed his failures. What went wrong? In fact, what we do is we always say what went right. But here is the gentleman who says I succeeded because I touched a very important thing called why I failed.
That is why they say that there is no failure, it is only feedback.
See, introspection. There is an introspection. For, I'm showing you some of the personalities which are very known to us. For example, Mr. Rajnikant. At the age of 25, he says, I was a bus conductor. And today he is worshipped by people as God. Bill Gates, I didn't even complete my university education and he's the world richest. Abe Lincoln, I have already talked about. Dhirubhai Ambani, I worked in a petrol pump. Sachin Tendulkar, I failed in the 100 set standards. I failed in the 10th standard. I want to tell you one thing very remarkable. In the last test match that he played, his son was on the field, you know, that ball runner. And do you know he started at the age of 14 also as a ball runner? He was standing outside the field fetching the balls that go beyond the boundaries.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
when he was playing for under 14. It is mandatory. It is mandatory for players who are playing in that under 14 to be outside the field watching the stalwarts how they are playing. And that is what Sachin was. Shah Rukh Khan, I slept on the bench and borrowed rupees 20 every day from a friend to travel to Film City. A.R. Rahman, he says education dropout and intentionally a keyboard player. He was nothing but a keyboard player. Shah Rukh Khan, we've done. Lionel Messi, he says, I used to serve tea or at a shop to support my football training. Wonderful thoughts of, see, when people have become famous and we have not known where the grassroots level was which made them famous. How many of you believe in today's technology of emails? Everybody?
Yes.
Okay. And everybody is dependent on it?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Not always, sometimes at least.
Paper, see.
Now people are taking a defensive stand.
No. You change how you perish from this is a law of life.
What's also.
I'm joking. Don't take it seriously.
I know that.